What is up, Fabrication Nation? Welcome to the Fab Forums. My name is Kyle Voss, and well, I just try to make the coolest stuff I can right here on YouTube. If you've been around for a little while, you know that I'm doing a series on the Fronius welders, and this is one of those. So on this episode, we're going to go over another welder that is in Fronius's new light industrial line. That is the TranSteel 2200. This is the baby brother of the TranSteel 2700, which we'll go over in another episode later on. So I get a ton of questions about welders that will basically do everything. Everybody wants a welder that is a TIG machine, a MIG machine, a stick machine. It'll do it all. Make you a drink, cut your hair for you. They want everything all in one welder. And really, in my opinion, this is it. So literally, when I say I think Fronius has thought of everything in this machine, I mean that. I really think they've thought of everything. So this machine comes with the Fronius MIG whip. Not just your standard whip. This thing feels, I don't know, it just feels a touch better than what you would normally get. High quality H2O. No, high quality MIG. Seriously though, when you take this thing apart, you take a look at all the components of this and the way that it's made and the way it feels in your hand, you can just tell that this thing is super high quality. Automatically comes with the extended trigger if you want it. I always take it off. They feel a little weird to me, and I don't ever do anything that is super high heat, so I don't really need it. Along with the beautiful MIG whip, also comes with a TIG torch. So you got your standard Fronius TIG torch, very nice, rubber coated. On the torch itself, it has two buttons. One is to actually adjust the amperage, so you don't necessarily have to go to your machine to adjust the amperage on this thing. And the other one is to power it. It is your switch. So you pull, TIG weld, you need to adjust your amperage, you can do it here. So you want a stick weld, they got you covered there too. You just take your rod, plug it in here. This feels super awkward because I haven't stick welded in like 30 years probably, but if it's something you want to do, you can do it. Then of course it comes with a super strong ground clamp, plenty of lead wire. Now if I was going to stop there, it would just be your normal 3-in-1, 4-in-1 multi-purpose machine, right? Well, that's not it. I wouldn't be here if that was it. So let's start off by the fact that Fronius supplies you with the proper power cable that you may need depending on what country you're in or what voltage you're using. So you get several of those. The machine also comes standard with dual ports on the back for gas. So you can have, you know, your MIG gas and your 100% argon for TIG welding. Two tanks, both of them plugged in the machine all the time. And depending on what process you're doing, you can flip from tank to tank just with the machine. Another cool feature that Fronius offers is a panel filter. So you don't really see this on welding machines, but you can actually pop this cover off. There's a filter in there. You can clean this thing out. You can put it back in there, and it's gonna keep all the insides of this super nice machine nice and clean. So you got a filter. Why doesn't everybody do that? So you got all these awesome features, right? You can TIG weld, you can MIG weld, you can stick weld. It's got dual ports on the back depending on what process you are doing. It's got all these things, but you know what my favorite thing is about this machine? Is that it MIG welds aluminum like nobody's business. This thing works awesome. You don't need push-pull rollers, you don't need a spool gun, you don't need none of that stuff. It's a dual roller system, push only. I got 45 thousandths, 4043 in there right now, and it welds no issues. Love it. This machine will actually be 100% my MIG aluminum machine. That's all I'm gonna use it for. Done. We're finished here. Let's close up. So I've got more to show you on this machine, but we can't go any further in this video without me letting you hear the sweet sound of sizzling aluminum that this machine makes. There you go, I cleaned it up a little bit. You can kind of see the difference between spray arc and short circuit on this particular piece of aluminum. It's got a little more crud. The extra heat definitely helped it out. But I went ahead and cut this piece in half and kind of see the penetration on it. Works awesome. So this machine also has what they call synergic mode or synergic welding. And it's really the only way I use the machine. And for somebody that's just getting started in welding, it'd be super beneficial for them because you don't need to know the wire speed versus amperage. So the more amperage you put in a machine, the more wire speed you need. It's all based on what kind of thickness material you're welding, what kind of material you're welding, and sometimes that can take a long time to figure out. You gotta kind of test on scrap pieces, get it all dialed in, ready to go before you can weld. Well, this machine does it all for you. So you basically just put in what the material is that you're welding, the wire thickness you have, that stays the same. Then all you have to do is set the thickness of material that you're gonna weld, and it figures out the amperage based on everything else that you've already put in there. I mean, it's brilliant, and it works great. If you don't want to use synergic mode, it does have a manual mode. You can manually do all that stuff too, but really I don't see why you'd want to do that unless you just maybe needed a little more heat for whatever. Synergic's gonna get you super close though, if not right on the button. Then you can kind of fine tune it if you choose. So if you're familiar with Chucky 2009, he did a review on this exact same machine and he torture tested this thing. I mean, drenched it, sprayed water in every orifice, picked it up and drug it out in the field by the whip, stacked extension cords together and still welded with it. I mean, he basically put it through everything that I'm not gonna do that to my machine. But if you wanna see it, I'll put a link up for you. You can go check that out. It's worth seeing for sure. All right, guys, there you go. That's my review of the Fronius TransSteel 2200. Hope you dig that. We got 3 more to do. I think the next one will probably be in a couple months. Stay tuned for those. And if you're one of those looking for the all-in-one machine, this is it. Put a link in the description. You can go check these out. Check them out for yourself. Fronius. Perfect welding.